Okay, guys, let me know if you guys can hear me. Let me know if you guys can see me well. Put something in the chat box. Let me know if you guys can hear me and see me well. Okay, very good. Very good. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and get started. So if this is the first time joining us, thank you for joining us on our live stream, our little study group here. In this session, I am going to be answering your questions. So if you have any questions, please type it in the chat box, questions or comments that you'd like for me to get answered. Type it in the chat box and I'll make sure that I'll answer them as the night progresses. Tonight I'll be doing some practice questions with you guys. We'll do a quick review of the mindset it takes to pass your exam as I do those practice questions. And surprisingly, we got an interesting topic that has returned on your exam that I had actually stopped covering that is now being covered. So we'll take a look at what that topic is at the end of the night. Let's go ahead and get started. So the chat is going to appear at the bottom of the screen here. And as I go through the chat, you'll see what it is. Now, tonight, I am not feeling too good, guys. I got a cold or a flu. It's not coronavirus. I took two coronavirus tests, and I don't have coronavirus. So I know it's not that. I took one this morning at a doctor's office, and they said I was fine, but my throat's killing me. I feel like I have a fever. Yeah, not a good day. That's why I'm wearing green. Today I'm a little bit green. So we'll try to keep it to be a little bit of a... I wasn't going to do it tonight, the live stream, but I said, well, what the hell? Let me just do it, get it over with. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at this. All right. Where is my chat? Here is the chat. Okay, we got Leroy Jackson says, I registered for your live in-person class. Are you still teaching the class? So TIA, we got these live boot camps, and I will be teaching. I am scheduled to teach June 27th to the 30th. If you are in Arlington, Virginia, or close by, and you would like to join me for an in-person, or you can actually do it online around the world. If you want to have me as your live PMP instructor, it's one of your few opportunities. I really don't teach the class too much. The live class, I don't teach it too much in the live setting, but that particular date probably. So if you're interested, yes, as of right now, the answer to that is yes. I finished your Udemy class and did the TIA exams. My TIA scores are, you're getting up there. I will take the test on Thursday. Yeah, I think you'll be fine. What should I do for any last minute studying? I think, any last minute studying. The best thing you can do last minute is get a good night's sleep is what I tell people. Tomorrow, just try to relax. I don't think you should really be studying anything tomorrow. I don't think you should. Listen, you've probably studied enough. The day before an exam isn't a day you should be trying to cram things in place. I think that's just the day you should be relaxing and just getting your mind prepared for the 4-hour marathon. Hopefully you've done all your practice tests, which you seem like you did. I bought your book and started watching your videos. Amazing work. Well, thank you. Thank you for that. Always good to hear from you guys. Any advice on how to study for the CAPM? So the CAPM is a pretty easy exam. Basically, you memorize PMBOK 6 and you're going to pass that test. I do have a course on Udemy. Oh, okay, you did finish that on Udemy. And okay, yeah, just go through the course on Udemy. Do the practice questions. You're going to be just fine for that exam. That exam is relatively easy. It's relatively easy, so I don't think you're going to have any problem. Hi, Andrew. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that one. Something Nathan. From India. Well, this is Andrew from New York. Nice to meet you. Yeah, we got some pretty big names there. I've seen some folks with pretty big names. Sometimes very hard to pronounce. My wife is Sri Lankan, and she said in Sri Lanka they have very big names too. And sometimes I look at these names and I say, my God, I'll never pronounce that one. And she pronounces it. I'm like, wow, how'd you do that? That I always find amazing. All right. Somebody had asked me before, am I of Indian descent? And the answer is yes, I am of Indian descent, if you haven't noticed the appearance. My great 1800s, I believe, grandparents are from India. In the 1800s, the British had taken Indian people from India and brought them to Guyana, where I'm from, as I believe indentured slaves. I think is what that was. Black and Indian. So we had slaves and indentured slaves and whatever to mine the fields for the British Empire. So this is a history lesson for you guys. If you guys ever wonder where I'm from Guyana, also from the Caribbean, the great Caribbean nation there. So yes, I do have Indian blood within me. That is my race, if you want to call it that. But I identify when people ask me, Andrew, where are you from? I say New York, because I grew up in Jamaica, Queens. Okay, since I was 8 years old. I don't remember anything about Guyana. I have never really. I can tell you I have never been there because I don't remember it. I don't remember what it looks like. I don't have any memories of what the country looks like. Like, if I think about that country, I don't know what it looks like. I don't know what the streets look like. So where am I from? Queens. That's where I'm from. Queens. People say, where are you from? Queens. That's what I remember. All right, moving back here to the PMP here. Okay, I bought your book, got the online. So the book does come with the online class, all right? Remember, if you have the book, don't get the Udemy, okay? If you have the Udemy, you may want to get the book because the book is the written text. Completed the online classes, about to start the mock test. Okay, you got this. Mock is enough. The simulator is what I recommend. The Udemy mock exam is okay. I do have a Udemy mock exam course, like 700 some questions. That one is okay. It's good to test your knowledge of the processes because it's very process oriented. It's not very situational. So it's a good follow-up to the simulator just to test your knowledge. Hey, Andrew, first time here. I just bought your book. Is PMBOK content included in a recent exam? The recent exam now contains PMBOK 6, the Agile Practice Guide. And even though I have PMBOK 7, content in the video section of the new book, I'm not hearing people having PMBOK 7 contents on their exam that I've heard of. So, but it's good to go over it. PMBOK 7 does have some interesting content. I do recommend reading the book, but I've not heard about contents from, and realistically, the contents in PMBOK 7 is really like common sense content, right? It's really like, to be a good project manager, engage your stakeholder. Don't lie to them, and honesty. Like common sense stuff you should be doing as a project manager. So I'm not sure how much of that stuff is going to be there. Something to think about. Do you need to read PMBOK? I don't think so. Just go through my study guide or any, my course it's more than enough. Orlando signed up, hoping to take the exam the next day. Well, the only which way you can do that, Orlando, is if you have your application approved, and then sure, why not take it to Friday? There's nothing wrong with that. You already signed up. If you have already signed up, you should have gotten my course already, and you should go right ahead and take it. It's fine. You should start going through the course. That is a good question. Mitigate versus avoid. So here's what you got to ask yourself. When you mitigate the risk is reduced. Mitigate means reduction. If you avoid the risk is not reduced. It's gone. It's eliminated. Avoidance is the only way to eliminate risk. So if you read the question and the question is somewhere in the ballpark of, think to yourself, okay, at the end of this response, is the risk still there in a smaller form? Mitigation. Or is the risk 100% gone? It's avoid. So don't get those confused. Just remember what I'm telling you there, and I think you're going to be okay. Yeah, you guys, okay, I just scrolled down. You guys got a lot of stuff here. What's the major difference in Scrum and Extreme Programming? For your exam, just consider them the same. You know, on your exam, you're going to have, first of all, they follow basically the same process. They just have different names on them. One is an iteration versus a sprint. For your exam, they really go between the two terms quite often. So I would just study Scrum. That seems to be the most popular one. Okay. Stay with Scrum. You know, I don't want you to go study. I do cover extreme programming in the course, but most of it is basically the Scrum process that your exam likes. Not green, not blue. Yeah, because I'm sick tonight, and I didn't have a blue shirt tonight. The wife is doing the laundry tonight, and she did not get me a blue shirt. I actually asked her. Actually, I have my blue shirt, but it's all crumbled. It's actually right here. I have my on-camera blue shirt, but it's actually pretty crumbled. So I asked her for another one. She said she doesn't have another one. So this is a shirt I'm wearing all day. So I said, whatever. I'll just use this one. Hey, Andrew, I've taken I have to take my exam on the 4th. Should I memorize? Do not memorize the processes. Just got to go to understanding of them. Like if I tell you a process, like acquire a team, do you know where it is? Do you know what's it about? If I tell you manage quality versus control quality, can you tell me the difference between them? If you could do that, you're fine. Don't memorize them. Andrew, good evening. Can I take the PMP course? Have CPEs for the CI? Yes, you could. If you have the CISSP, you can use the credits from this course towards your CISSP renewal. Yes, you could. Because in IT, remember, I'm not a project manager of construction or software development. I do IT security stuff. So, of course, I do tons of IT security projects I've done. I passed my PMP last week. I can't thank you enough for your lessons and tests. By the way, I celebrated red velvet cake. Not a fan of red velvet cake, but it's okay. Heineken, decent beer. It's okay. Okay, so you did celebrate well. I was going to ask you, did you celebrate well? Congratulations on that. Eyesight TV. Isn't it amazing to know you got that off your shoulder? Now you can celebrate well. Hopefully you can keep on eating some cake. Thank you for letting us know that. For all of you guys that passed, put in chat box. You know, keep the others that are here motivated. By the way, did you guys click that like button? Did you guys do that? Hey, Andrew, I am almost 75% through your Udemy course. How much time should I dedicate towards learning reading PMBOK 7? Okay, I answered this earlier. Okay, first of all, if you were to... I got PMBOK 7 the day it came out as an ebook. And I think I sat there for a couple of hours and I read the whole book. I'm talking front to back to front, every page, every word. And it only took a couple of hours and I was just sitting on my phone. It's a good book to read. I recommend people reading it. Not for your exam though. You're not gonna, I mentioned earlier, I haven't heard of questions on your PMP about PMBOK 7. But it's just a good book for project managers to read. And here's something for you guys. I am making a brand new project management course. You heard it here tonight. I did a part of it already. It's going to be a project. It's not a certification course. It's just a basic project management course. And it's going to incorporate some of the PMBOK 6 and 7 and Agile Practice Guide all into it combined. It's going to be on the Udemy platform coming in a couple of weeks. And I'm going to give all of you guys free access to it. How does that sound? And it's going to get you some PDUs. So it's going to be great for people that has never managed a project before or people that don't know what the hell is project management. And it's a course I'm going to do a lot of giveaways with. And you can give it away to people. I'm going to try to give it away every month, as much of it as we could. Why am I giving it away? Because the world needs to know how to manage a freaking project. It shouldn't be something you should be... Knowledge is not something you should really be paying too much for. Knowledge should be easily to acquire. The more knowledgeable the human race is, the more we advance. So I will include that coming up soon. in a few weeks. In fact, I was supposed to record some videos this week, but I'm not feeling too good today. In fact, standing here today is not easy. So look for that in the coming weeks on that new course. Yeah, hopefully I can get better soon. It's a holiday weekend here in the United States, and I feel like crap. I take the exam Friday. I did the online course, read the book at 80 on the examiner book, just about similar. What scores do you recommend? I always recommend to stay above an 80%. 80 is good. If you can hit 80% on your first try, I think you're going to be okay. You'll ace the exam. What do you think of the professional engineering certification? I don't think about it because I don't even know what it is. I don't know what that is. Is that some kind of certifications that like civil engineers or construction engineers get? PE. Let's see what this is. Is the PE difficult? It's an 8-hour, 80 question. It's very difficult. Okay, so to answer your question, it seems like a very difficult test. For 80 questions, it's 8 hours. And I just Googled professional engineering certification. It costs us hundreds of dollars in practice tests. Pass rates are 7. Okay, so that's a decent passing rate, I guess. Okay, so yeah, I mean, if that's what your profession is. I did do the video. You guys saw the video I did on what certification to do next. And, that whatever is in your field, sure. Okay, I answered this one. Hey, Andrew, I trust you're well. Please, can you advise if you checked why your MS is not on Udemy for business? Oh, I don't determine that. I don't determine that. Udemy does. I put everything into Udemy for business and then they do. But you know what, Julian? I am going to give away. Is next week? No, not next week. On the 7th, okay? Come back on June 7th. On June 7th, I am going to give away my Microsoft project class here on the live stream. So June 7th, okay? Come back June 7th and I'll get you the Microsoft project free of charge. So if you see it on Udemy and you can wait, just wait. Okay, how can I get the first job after getting the PMP? I don't have 6 years software. It doesn't make much sense. Here's why. Because how'd you get to be a PMP? You needed 3 years of experience, didn't you? Yep. So no one that has 6 years software. Oh, okay, so you're a team lead and disqualified. So now, one of the things, one of the things that we have to do is you have to look at your resume. Does your resume speak of that of the task of a project manager? So here's what I would tell you to do. All right, look at your resume and customize your resume to make it seem, well, not seem, but emphasize the tasks you did that would make you qualify for a project manager. Maybe right now your resume is too technically specific to software engineering. So when people pick up your resume and they look at it, they're like, this guy's not a project manager. He is a software engineer, and throw you to the pile. Right in the garbage can because you don't belong as a project manager because you're a software engineer. But if you emphasize on your resume the team leadership, you emphasize less technical, you emphasize communication and people problem solving and scheduling and budgeting and coordination, boom, project manager resume. That's what you should do. Way too often does people not get jobs because their resume freaking sucks. Let me ask you guys a question. Doesn't this make sense? Listen to me. If you are sending out your resume and you're not getting any hit, you're not getting a lot of callbacks, then your resume sucks. Work on your resume. If you are getting hits and you're not getting the job, then your interviewing skills sucks. Make sense? Yes or no? What do you guys think? Does that make sense? Put it in the chat box. Let's have a discussion on job tonight. Put it in the chat box. What do you guys think? Do you guys, does that make sense? That if your resume sucks, if you're getting no hits, no one's calling you, then your resume sucks. But if you're getting calls and interviews and you're not getting the job, then your interviewing skill sucks, right? So I think that makes, in my mind, that makes perfect sense. Because, I do a lot of interviewing. I've interviewed over 200 people that have passed through the doors of TIA over the last 12 years. And I've interviewed a ton of people. I've seen hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of resumes on a consistent basis. And I'll tell you who I'm going to call. I know what I'm looking for. As an employer who's going to call you up, I know what I'm looking for. I know these are the things I'm going to look for in a resume. And you as the candidate has to find out what the hell is he going to look for. And that's where reading the job posting coming in. I know I told you guys I'll make a course on this thing one day. And I really have to. I really have to make a course one day on how to improve your damn resume, how to improve your interviewing skills, how to get a better position. Listen, here's another story. This happened a few days ago, last week, where this guy, he's been going to interviews. He's got his PMP, right? He's got his PMP and he's about to take ACP, live classes. And he's telling me he's going to interviewing and he's not getting the job. And it's software team management job and stuff like that. That's why he could get ACP. Listen to me, he got the interview. He went to the interview, but he's not getting the job. So he's getting his ACP. And I said, great, get your ACP, but it ain't going to make a difference. If you're getting interviews and you're not getting the job, getting another certification may not help you. Because when an employer calls you for an interview, they have already hired you potentially. Anytime you get an interview, just know the resume has hired you. Your qualifications, your writing has hired you. Now, the employer has not fully hired you. Okay? That means you have to walk into that interview and perform. Now, it's like, okay, you got paper hired. You weren't physically hired. All right, that's how I see it. So every time I call in somebody to work for TIA, especially instructors, because they come with giant freaking pages of resumes, I already hired them. In my mind, they're hired. Now, they got to perform in front of me. They got to prove that resume to me. And then if you go in there and you don't prove the resume, you're done. Then I'm like, all right, this is not the same person as on the resume. You just have to perform. You just have to perform as your resume says. Guys, does that make sense? Does that sound good? Let me know in the chat box if my logic makes any sense to you. All right, what else? All right, going back to answering questions. How's your day been? Terrible. And sick all day. And I got some terrible news too. It's not terrible, stupid news. Very, very stupid news. That's terrible. I'm a project coordinator in operations. What should I do to switch to IT project management? I'm in PMP certified. So you are in manufacturing and you want to do IT projects. The best thing I can tell you is learn IT. You can't manage what you don't understand. I don't know. IT has so many sections. Operation, networking, system administration, IT security, ethical hacking, software development, software deployment. IT is not IT. IT is a whole thing by itself. It has so many There is no such person as I work in IT. What? All of it. There's no such. I've never met a guy who does everything I just mentioned. I do quite a lot. Networking, administrations, deployment, but I don't do software development. So you're going to have to choose one part of IT and say, well, I want to be a project manager in that section, and then you got to go do it. Then you got to go learn that thing, like get certifications or knowledge in that sector. If it's system administrations, then learn cloud computing and server administration. If it's networking, learn Cisco-based things. If it's security, well, then CompTIA Security Plus and security topics and knowledge. All right, no problem. Yep, I'm still here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hope you can well. From the DR. Okay, very good. My exam is June 3rd, mock exam. Yeah, you're doing. Am I ready? Yeah, go take a test, man. Take it this week. You'll be fine. Sorry, if you are new here, this is take Andrew class, take all of the simulator, and you will pass your PMP. Thank you, Sarah. I hope so. I started the Andrew's online self-assessment February, applied and scheduled my exam, passed my PMP on Sunday with above target. Okay, so Sarah passed her exam. Sarah, welcome. Welcome to the world of PMP. Did you celebrate well, Sarah? Did you get a piece of cake? I hope so. I hope so. Did you get a couple of beers too, Sarah? Or if you don't drink beer, always drink Diet Coke. I was going to get a Diet Coke tonight, but my throat's killing me. Radhu, ever since I recovered from COVID, it's become harder and harder for me to recover from regular cold and flu. Yeah, I'm with you, man. I've never had COVID. I've never actually tested positive for COVID. But I believe I'm going to get it at some point. I think everybody's going to, or maybe I had it already. I think everybody in the world is going to get it at some point. All right, well, Radhu, feel better yourself, and hopefully you can recover better, and we'll all get back to 100%. Did you guys click that like button? Come on, guys. Taking the test 526, use the book simulator, got the mindset. All right, you got this. 80s in the last 3, keep that up, and I think you're going to be fine. Come on, guys, hit that like button. Okay, this here we asked the difference between Scrum and XP. Okay, I did answer that. So for your exam, keep it the same. It's roll and wave planning and progressive elaboration. So progressive elaboration is defined as time goes on, things become more detailed. Roll and wave planning is you plan in waves. You plan to replan. You make a plan and then you improve the plan later. Then you make another plan that's better. Then you make another plan that's better. So progressive elaboration is just as things elaborated, it becomes progressively. It becomes, I'm assuming that's what you mean, progressive plan, progressive elaboration. As time moves on, things becomes more elaborated, more detailed. For your exam, technically, it's like the same thing. Andrew, I like the aqua green shirt for PMP. You can do it. The mindset is the key. If I can do it with 3 babies and a full-time job, well, congratulations to you. 3 babies. Sound like a tough job, and I feel for you. And a full-time job, that's even worse. Congratulations to all the mothers out there. I don't know how you guys do it. You know, us men, we're a bunch of crybabies. And if you're a man and you're saying no, well, you're not living in reality, buddy. Soju, hey, I gave the test today and didn't clear him. Oh, sorry to hear that. I got 85 on all the mocks, but the questions were very lengthy, and I ran out of time and answers close to... well, that would explain the failure, because you ran out of time. You got to practice your... You have to practice your... Okay, this is interesting. One guy says he didn't do... You have to practice your timer. You have to be careful with the time. You got to watch the clock. You should never let the clock run out. Never. Even if you come down to the end and you got to guess a few questions, it's fine. But if you leave the question unanswered, you will not pass. So listen, you failed the exam. Don't feel bad. Regroup yourself. See where it went wrong. See what you didn't understand. See what topics didn't work for you. And then take it again. I'm pretty sure a lot of people probably don't pass the exam on the first try. Maybe 20% of people don't pass. You know, PMI doesn't publish this number. And I've met a few students that didn't pass, and it's fine. It's okay. I've failed many exams myself over periods of time. In fact, there's one exam that I have failed 3 or 4 times, and I still haven't passed it. For the life of me, I can't pass this damn test. So listen, regroup yourself, keep on going, see what you went wrong, look at your exam score, and then take it again. Val says, Andrew's big day, my fiance and I. Okay, great. Both scheduled exams for the same day. We both passed. Congratulations. I did PMP. Congratulations, you passed. And he did CISSP. The simulator was my main tool. Thank you so much. So, and listen, the person just now said they did good on the simulator but didn't pass. So it's okay. Review it, see what went right and wrong, and then do the test again. Val, congratulations on your accomplishment. I'm super happy for your fiance that passed the CIS. That's, for those of you guys that don't know, in my mind, CISSP is a whole lot harder than PMP is. Okay, whole lot harder than a PMP, in my opinion. It's the content is bigger and the test is just freaking harder. There is no mindset in that one. I wish I had managed time well. So I can see that you have some kind of difficulty with the English language. You take it in English? You got some periods here. On my scorecard, my score was very close to the target line. I would say there were a few questions. So if your score was very close to the target line, then you know what, Sanjay, I would tell you, you didn't manage your time right. If you didn't answer 15 questions, maybe those 15 questions was the pass in line. So don't feel bad. You're right there. You got to finish your exam. Your simulator scores are fine. I would say review the simulator, go through the videos. You know, one thing I will tell people is people do this. They go through the simulator and they memorize the questions. Don't do that. If you're going to memorize questions and don't understand why I'm marking a question as correct or wrong, or the theory behind the question, you will fail the test. If you understand the concept behind why I am putting A over B correct, you'll pass the test. The simulator is not a brain dump. It wasn't meant for you to memorize it. And I'm not saying that Sujay did this. All I'm saying is anyone that's taken it, that's the idea. The mindset is the key to passing to this day. You know the mindset, you pass the test. And you know the mindset is not something complicated. It's basically what you should be doing as a project manager in real life and on your exam. So PMI can't eliminate the mindset, right? So if you don't understand the mindset, you're not applying the mindset right, the exam will take your money. So you don't want that. Andrew, I've written my experience I wanted, so send my application. Should it be signed before I submit it? Send my application. I don't understand what you're asking me, Abdul. Yeah, send your application, fill it out, send it to PMI when you're done. What is the expected time of an application and whether to post that? We can only select our exam dates. You put your application in to PMI. It takes 4 to 5 days for them to approve it, and then you're ready to take your exam. 5 days for them to approve it, and a few days, about a week or 2 after your approval, you should take your test. Moment they approve it, you can pay for it and schedule it. It's 70%. It would seem hard to pick the options. So what happens is you got to know your mindset. You got to go through the mindset. If you find it hard to pick the options, on your real exam, it's going to be the same. You're going to come down to a couple of choices in your actual on your exam. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. I'm reading some of the comments here. You're going to come down to a few choices on your exam, and you got to say, okay, which one is the mindset answer? Which one is the answer that Andrew wants me to choose from the mindset? That's how you get it right. Now, I did say that in a mindset video. Do I provide my email? I would love to provide you email, but then I teach thousands of people and all going to kill my inbox. So the best thing to do is if you have something you want to tell me privately, join me on LinkedIn and send me Send me a, what you call, a text. What is that? Is that a text? A message on LinkedIn, okay? I'll get around to it someday. I just went through all my LinkedIn messages yesterday. Hey, I have your Udemy course. I've done it and I have my exam on Friday. I'm reviewing your mindset. All right, so you're going to be fine. Just go through it. Make sure you understand the mindset. Peter, I passed my PMP on May 12th at 3 above target. Congratulations, Peter. Welcome to the PMP Club. Make sure you celebrate well. Did you get a couple of cakes? Not one cake, couple of cakes. And did you get a beer? I hope so. What equations should you memorize? You should know all your EVM formulas. Your PERT formula is what I see a lot of. Okay, make sure you know those. Is it mandatory to take intervals? Or is it our choice to take? It's not mandatory to take the breaks after the 60 questions. You should take it though. You know what? I'm going to tell you, it's mandatory to take the damn break. I'm going to say that, but it's not. I think you should. That's Andrew ain't no coming slow. I don't even know what that means. Congrats, new course? No, it's not out yet. It's halfway done. I don't know the answer to this. My native language is Turkish, and I'm preparing. What do you suggest selecting a language? Because the class is English. I don't know. I personally don't know what's it like to study something in another language. Okay, so Guyana, my country, is English. I only know English. I don't know what's it like to learn another language. Although that would be cool to do that one day. And then studying it. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. I think you should talk to someone that has done it before. If you know someone that's like PMP certified, ask them. What do you guys think? Lauren, a lot of you guys are from different countries. Did you guys take it? Did you guys take the course in English and then the exam in a different language? Or did you take the course in English and took the exam in English? It's a good question. For those of you guys that have taken the exam, please put the answer in the box. We'll get around to it a little bit later tonight. Andrew, I passed my exam on Saturday with 47 seconds remaining. This is the thing I was telling you guys about those timer. You see the guy that didn't pass ran out of time. This person barely made it. Your mindset and time management is key. Thank you. I've been so inspired for this group. Okay, very congratulations. At the end of the day, if you know the mindset, you will pass your exam. It's almost impossible to fail if you understand the mindset right. But you got to watch the time. The timer gone. Remember, the timer expires. I don't see how you pass. 13 years to get a PMP. No, but if you get a PMP certification, it doesn't make you an IT project manager. It just means you know project management. It's very difficult to get into a field or a profession or industry or into a department if you don't have experience in that department. Most IT project managers I know have been doing IT for a very long time. Is there any end date for the online course that comes with it? I think it's 1 year, Sean. I believe so. Yep, I don't have any certifications. Not my certification yet. Lands interview, but haven't gotten the job yet. So if you're landing interviews, but you're not getting the job, you got to work on your interview, okay? Your interview is messing you up. Always remember something. If you got an interview and you didn't get the job, it was one of 3 reasons. Number 1, you suck at it. Number 2, you were okay, but somebody else was better. And number 3, you didn't qualify. You weren't the person on the resume. In other words, a lot of times I have seen people put on their resume knowledge of this product, and then I'm going to ask you what I consider a fundamental question of that product, and you don't answer it, and you're done. It means you don't qualify for that position. The other times your communication skills are bad. You don't have the right, you didn't do the right, doing an interview to me is a ritual. It's a big preparation I do. And people just don't do it. And the people that does is the one who gets the job. So you suck at it. And then sometimes you're really good at the interview and you did all your homework, you did your background, you know your stuff, and then you get in there and somebody's just better. Somebody's just more outgoing, more able to express themselves. Here's a little statistics. I have applied for quite a few jobs in my life, and I have never, ever failed an interview. Every single job in my life, I keep in mind it's not that much though. Maybe 10 to 15 interviews I've ever done in my life. I've got every single job. I swear to God. And most of them was on spot. Why? Because I know how to talk really well. Okay, I'm planning to switch to the IT. We talked about that. Which one should I do first? CISSP is harder and longer. PMP shorter and easier in my opinion. And keep in mind I do teach both. It depends, you know, what's going to boost your career faster? PMP or CISSP? That's the one I would do first. So which one is more beneficial to me? CISSP or PMP? If you're going to say both is beneficial in the same way, do your PMP because you can knock it out quickly and then do your CISSP. But there's a benefit of doing CISSP then PMP because when you do CISSP, you can claim the PMP as if you do the PMP, you can claim the CISSP as credits and vice versa for the other. So there may be some benefits here. I took the Udemy course, but I'm not feeling like I'm motivated to complete the course and fearing. Any suggestions to fix the mindset? Yeah, don't fear. I just did a video on failing exams. Remove the fear. I fear no exam. What the hell are you fearing? Fearing what? What are you fearing? Fear. There's nothing to fear. Just get that out your mind. How do you fix this mindset? Don't have it. See? Easy. Take it out. Here's what I want you to do. Put your hand on the top of your head right now and say, go away, and it'll be gone. Just like that, it's gone. See? Did you do it? Is it gone now? Good. Fear. Garbage. That's garbage. Fear. Go take your damn test. I have my PMP schedule 6 and I'm pretty nervous of what? What's going to happen? If you fail, the world is going to end? Is your wife going to leave you? Is your kids going to disown you? Is your mother going to disown you? Did you lose your job? I mean, I don't know. What are you nervous about? I was wondering if you had an educated guess on a PMP pass rate. I heard it's as low as 30%. I don't know where you got that from, but that sounds to me like garbage. 95+% of people that I know that take this exam passes it on the first try. So I don't know where you got that statistic from. Study my stuff. You're going to be fine. Get that out your mind. And don't freaking be nervous. Nervous of what? If you were telling me that the world is going to end on that day, I'd be pretty nervous. But if you're saying it's not, don't worry about it. Passed my PMP on Friday thanks to your guide and material. The TIA simulator was helpful. Beer and tequila. Ugh, tequila is nasty. But beer is okay. Did you get a piece of cake with that? Congratulations, Collins. Collins is celebrating well. Passed his exam on Friday. Did use the simulator. All right, so guys, if you hear one or two people failing, don't get discouraged. Okay, every single certification exam, people will fail. It's just the process of how it works. Listen, we're not all born smart. There are many easy exams out there that I failed the first try. And it shouldn't. When one person fails on a test, don't be discouraged. You just keep on going. Because everybody learns differently. Everybody doesn't absorb the material the same way. Everybody doesn't read the same speed. Again, I failed so many freaking tests. It's unbelievable. ITIL intermediate, one of those tests I failed 4 times or 3 times. Okay? Does that mean? And I've met people that told me it was easy, and I failed it like crazy. So, and I'm like, how the hell did you find that easy? That was a really hard test. Go figure. In fact, one of the CISSP instructor here at TIA 1 told me that the CISSP is not a very hard test. But 90% of the people I spoke to is pretty easy. Said it was pretty hard, actually. So, everybody's a little different. All right? Don't take the exam lightly. Be put in work to conquer it. Yep, told you that. Hey, Andrew, can I get a 35 PDF for buying your book? Yes, the book does come with a 30. It comes with a 35-hour. Not from buying the book. When you buy the book, you got to use the information in the book to get the free course. When you get the free course, you got to watch all the videos. It's 38 hours of videos. Then you can claim the 35 hours, okay? You can't claim it by buying the book. If you haven't put in the work, you haven't gotten the course, right? Don't do that. If there is a safety illegal, is the answer to stop the project? The answer is yes. Don't kill people and don't break the law. Okay. I just woke up and you're live. Excellent. My exam is on the 28th. Good morning from India. Well, good morning to you too. Is there a trick to understanding manage versus control? A lot of the processes in executing are manage, and a lot of them in monitor, control, and is control. There's really nothing there. Like, I don't know what else to say there. There are a lot of questions on hybrid project management and agile. I think I'd want to. You know why they include a lot of hybrid? You know why? Because when they say hybrid, they mean they can include topics from traditional and agile. So it can have a sponsor, and it can have a product owner. It can have a scope statement, and it can have a product backlog. That's why hybrid, they use hybrid so they can incorporate questions and test your knowledge on both. There's only basically two kinds of project management: traditional, agile, and then the combo of hybrid. So it's basically two core ones in one combo. So really, when they say hybrid, keep in mind, you better know all your processes, you better know all your ceremonies and agile process flow. Know your conflict management. Oh yes, tons of conflict management on the test for sure. And you passed my PMP on April 9th. Thank you so much. Congratulations. And did you celebrate well? Did you get a piece of cake? It's been a while. How much is it to retake? If you fail the test, it's $275. In your opinion, what is the hardest chapters that students struggle with when it comes to waterfall? The hardest ones, I believe, is going to be quality management, risk management, because it's just the sheer processes in risk management. EVM formulas, people have a problem with, and network diagram. I think the rest is pretty simple to understand, but quality management, I think, is one of the hardest chapters. Now, if you're not good at math, then of course all the formula stuff could be difficult. Okay, Val, we talked to you, Calvin. Masters in project management, but it said it was your course that helped me pass on the first attempt. Tell all this about your course. Well, thank you, guys. The best thing that you can ever do for me is recommendation. I think that's the best thing. I love a good recommendation from you guys. Would always be amazing. By the way, you guys got to work to get other people motivated. All right, so let people know, hey, I passed. Put a post on LinkedIn. By the way, if you pass, put a post on LinkedIn. Don't forget to tag me. People do that quite often. If you need some motivation and you want to see people passing all the time, send me an invite on LinkedIn. And then when people pass, I always put congratulations to them. And then you'll see that too. So if you're on LinkedIn, send me a LinkedIn invite. Just go to LinkedIn, type my name. All right, so congratulations. Did you celebrate well? Hey, Andrew, I passed my exam on March 24th. I informed you on LinkedIn. Okay, there you go. Speaking about LinkedIn. We're looking at about 3 weeks ago, and I did my CSM, and I got here. Looking for a job career. Of course, I celebrated well. All right, very good. All right, so then if you just got to Canada, congratulations on your relocation. Hopefully you enjoyed there. Canada is a very nice place. I heard it's very friendly. You Canadians always say us New Yorkers are not the friendliest people. I get that. I understand that. Yes. So congratulations on that. Update your resume. Okay. Get your resume going. Get your interviewing skills going. You're going to be okay. Oh, man. I scrolled down. You guys got a lot more questions. Got my exam on 2nd of June. I'm using your simulator scores of. Okay. On the 6th, I would, make sure you review the videos. Review the videos really well. Know what you got wrong. Just don't memorize it. Make sure you understand the concepts, not memorizing questions. Say to yourself, okay, so why was A better than B, than C, than D? Okay, that's what you should be doing. Scored 82 on the simulator. You could in Udemy get the real one. TIA exams. Studying a language is quite difficult. It takes to overcome the test besides the language. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. But I don't have any experience in that. Passed on 6 weeks total. Worked my butt off for your course. The mock exams. Okay, some other videos. Had no fear with the mindset and good prep. Thank you. Celebrate well with a double cake. Was it a double chocolate cake? Double chocolate. Good stuff. Congratulations, you did celebrate. What with the beer? Did you get that beer? Congratulations. I am super proud of you that you were able to ace your exam. That's what we need to see. Thank you for letting us know, keeping us all motivated. Due to poor, I'm planning to take the test in the center. There's been a lot of confusion. A lot of people telling me that the taking the test at home is giving them problems. Listen, I still recommend to take the test. Take the test at home, in your environment. Okay, take it like, for example, your room, your chair, your air conditioner, your keyboard, your monitor. To me, it's more relaxing than having to travel to the testing center. But when you take it at home, you got to make sure your tech works. I mean, if your technology sucks or your computer has a virus or you're running a lot of custom programs, and if you have a lot of stuff installed, it might give problems. I've heard of people having issues with the tech and the exam crashing. I've heard of that. Recently, there was somebody on Reddit that says it froze. I'm just going to read that one. Somebody had said that you can't move your head. That's common. So if you follow the rules and your tech is good, take it at home. But if you don't have good network connection, then yes, I recommend going to a testing center. Here, I passed on the 9th with 3 above target. Did celebrate well. Very good. I was going to ask you that. Tag an Instagram with Snap. I don't know what that means. Okay, I'm not a big Instagram person. I'm just trying to figure out how to use that thing. Congratulations. You did celebrate it well. Now, did you get a better job? One of these days, I'm going to take a study on that. How often should I be studying? I can't recommend that. Do you recommend your book or the Udemy course? If you get the book, you get the Udemy course. It's more written text. I do always recommend to get the simulator to do your practicing after you have done the book or the course. How often should I study? As much as possible. People come to me and say, hey, Andrew, how often should I study? If I was you, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Except when I'm not sleeping. It depends on you and what your free schedule is and how fast you want your PMP. I always tell people it takes 60 to 100 hours to study for a PMP. So if you want your PMP in a week, then put in 60 to 100 hours in a week and you'll pass it in a week. It just depends how fast you want it and what is your availability. I've watched your course fully. Do you recommend to read this if you want to? The simplified book will give you a good summary of what you just read. Yeah, I'm going through your TIA mock and every 80 on my first try. Yeah, you'll be fine. What do you recommend? Take your test. That's what I recommend. Yes, you guys must sure to wear the blue shirt, not the green shirt, the blue shirt. That always works. Man, you guys got more stuff. Do you intend on making it for the ACP? People always ask me that. The answer is probably not. I use simulator to pass your PMP. Sean, hopefully, was it a good representation? For those of you guys that have passed, was the simulator a good representation of the test? Put your comments. Let me hear what you say. The answer is probably not. To make the simulator, I used it, the questions, the clone questions that PMI gave us, and a lot of feedback from students. So unfortunately for PMI ECP, I don't have that. And I don't have the feedback from students as there's not many people taking the test. But from my experience, people that just go through my course, passed their exam, and they were just fine. So I don't think you need it. Yeah, I did your course simulator and passed this weekend. Congratulations, Andrew. Good name, by the way. I love that name. It's the best name in the world. Wore blue and had cookies and cocktails. Cookies? What the hell is wrong with you, man? Cookies? Cookies. Cookies are little sugar nuggets. Okay, you got to get cake. Big piece of sugar. Okay, cocktail. I don't know what cocktails are. Is that hard liquor? If it's hard liquor, it's no good. Make sure to get beer and cake, not cookies, Andrew. All right, all jokes aside, Andrew, congratulations. You did celebrate well. I'm proud of you, buddy. Make sure to click the like button. Did you guys click that like button? Did you guys subscribe to the channel? Let's do some videos on career celebration. I keep telling you guys that. What else more we got here? I've told 5 others. Well, thank you. That is the best thing you guys can do. Thank you for that. Lots of questions, only a few likes. Come on, guys. Did you guys, 100 people, you guys are not clicking on the like button yet. You guys are not friendly tonight. This is so true. I look at it daily. I don't know what that is. Hey, need clarification. How is waterfall and agile linked to process groups? Agile uses process. This is a big question. All right, this is a large question. Every sprint, in theory, contains the process groups and knowledge areas. Like every sprint, in theory, has initiate, plan, execute, monitor, control, close. In theory. And they all do the knowledge areas. Like every sprint has a scope, a schedule, a cost, a quality, HR, communication, procurement, stakeholder. In theory, they're all like built in because you're building it in iteration, and technically, every iteration is a mini project. So, and that's a common theme with. That is a common theme within the world of project management, of where people say that. I'm seeing that quite often where people say. There's even a meme on, what's the difference between agile and traditional? And it's like, oh, it's just small traditional projects. When are you launching a new course? Excited to learn more and advance my skills in a few weeks. Scheduling my exam June 20. I've gotten through the videos and simulator. What should I be studying? Finish, do the simulator, go through the videos, know your mindset. Andrew, I've scored 82 in the simulator in Udemy. I'm going to have the exam on 30th, but I'd be okay. Do the simulator, tiexams.com. The one on Udemy is okay, but I would still prefer for you to do that one. I have 12 years experience with 6 years test lead, but I should be able to give the exam. You need 3 years of directing, managing, and leading projects. It doesn't matter your job title, but you need to at least manage. Even if a part of a project or a certain section of the project, you need to show that. If not, you cannot qualify. And guys, if you don't qualify for an exam, okay, for the PMP, just take your CAPM. It's just as good. This is always fun to read. The blue shirt thing. If you're using your personal computer, create a testing profile. This will only be used for testing and 0 worries. Okay, that's an interesting one, yeah. So what you would do to create a profile, just create another user account. Go into your computer and make a user account called tests. That's what I would recommend, and this I'm recommending based on this idea that I saw here. That would be a good idea. Maybe just go on your computer and make a profile called tests. And when you log in, it'll be a nice clean profile with really no apps that are pop-ups that you may have. Passed my PMP today. Jen, congratulations. Got above target on all 3 domains. Thanks for all the videos and simulators celebrated with cake. I like that. Keep the beer for the weekend, Jen, right? Very good, Jen. Keep celebrating. I wish you the absolute best in your future. Thank you for letting us know. How was the simulator to the exam, Jen? Give me your experience on that. What are your study habits? My study habits are different than most people. Just want to make sure I'm not. So, I have an ability to sit and focus and read for long periods of time. I could pick up a book and just sit there for hours and not be distracted by emails or unless something serious. But I know it's hard for people to do that, and even sometimes people to get the time. So when I'm studying, I'll read 1 to 4 hours a day. I did a video where I tell you guys what I do. I wake up, if I'm studying for an exam, I took an exam, 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago, something like that, 4 weeks ago probably. And I wake up like 3 in the morning and I just study from 3, get a cup of coffee. In fact, it's the same cup, big cup of coffee. And I would just sit there from 3 to like 6. And people say, oh, Andrew, how are you focused? Because there's nothing else to focus on. When I'm studying, the world is asleep. When I'm studying, there is nobody else up. Everybody's asleep, from the dog to the wife to the business. But that's just how I do it. That's why I said my recommendations may not be what you want. I'm on 2/3 of the video. I believe it is better to watch your videos than reading the book. Okay, everybody's a little different. Exam simulator questions were great prep. The level of difficulties were similar to the questions on the exam. Thank you, Collins. All right, so it was difficult. Okay, lemon cake is the best. I don't know, Colin. We're gonna have a disagreement on this one. Carrot and chocolate cake. What are your thoughts on the iron triangle? It's still there in real life project management. You still have scope, time, and cost. Some people add quality in there, but they all come together to form the iron triangle. It's still there. It's not something that's really mentioned in the PMBOK guide much anymore, though. Yes, your simulator was great. I bought yours. You bought, okay, the other guy's practice exams. Yours were better and more like the real thing. I told a friend, thank you. Okay, thank you, Andrew. Thank you for that. About 10 years experience, several companies when applying to PMP. 10 years experience running several companies when applying for the PMP. Should I indicate all experience? No, just 3 years. Don't put too much. Why give yourself extra work for no reason? There's no benefits to that. Maybe they make your exam harder. Maybe if you put too much experience, the test software says, this guy's experience, give him harder questions. All right, how about that? Don't do that. Don't waste your time. Hey, Andrew, what do you think of another prep book? Is it enough? Okay, I cannot answer this. I will not give an opinion on somebody else's stuff. I think they're all amazing. How about that? They're all good. But mine's is the best. Okay? There you go. My opinion. They're all great, but mine's is the best. Where do I get the video? Is it the same as the simulator? No, the simulator is just a simulator. The videos you can get on Udemy, my live class, or you can buy my study guide to get it. Should I study SQL first? Are you in this? Are you in the right chat? This is a PMP chat. I'm not sure what you're doing here. That's our database. There's no need to know SQL for this. Okay, guys. With that in mind, guys, let's go ahead and talk about some practice questions. And I've had a few students told me that MBTI. Have you guys read about MBTI? I did a video on it last year. I did a video on MBTI last year, and I wanted to share it with you guys because some people were telling me, Andrew, you didn't cover MBTI. And I'm like, I did cover MBTI. And some people, I guess they don't subscribe to the YouTube channel, or maybe they didn't go back on it, but I did cover MBTI. Now, some people... the ads on YouTube here. I'm going to give you guys a link to a video that I did on MBTI, which is a personality test that is showing up back on your exam. So I got a drag and drop on it tonight, just in case you didn't know it. But if you are studying for your current PMP exam, please review the MBTI topic. Okay. All right. And with that in mind, let us do some practice questions, shall we? So I got a few questions that I want to review with you guys. Okay, here we go, guys. So once again, guys, I will show you the question. We'll review the question. We'll put the answers in the chat box and see how well you guys do. Then I will explain it, show you what you're doing right or you're doing wrong. So let's knock this out. Okay, guys, here we go. Practice question number 1. Okay, so you see somebody right now in the chat is saying definitely a couple, not one, a couple MBTI questions on the exam. So please study your MBTI. Don't go in there because it's a topic that I haven't heard about in quite a while. That was on your test. Like I used to cover it last year. I just stopped covering it because no one was having questions on it. But it seems like they brought it back in. So please review that video. Okay, practice question 1. An agile project with a single product was not being replaced by a committee to represent the customers. Committee will have 3 members. How should the project manager handle the situation? Change your communication to account, stick to the plan a meeting with the new committee. Be sure to receive all reports. Put the answers in the box. Put the answers in the box. All right, Jen says the simulator questions are great. Format is close to the exam. I highly recommend it. 2 rounds of the prep course and 2 rounds simulator. Okay, very good, Jen. So I told you guys, simulator is very good for the exam, guys. If you ran for the PMP, got the date in June. No dates earlier in the testing center. Hard to get slots. That's why I told you just take it at home, Niha. If you can get a good computer, if you could, not computer, but internet connect. Sometimes where we live, we don't have great internet. But if you got a reliable internet, I would say take it at home. You got a good computer, why not? Take it at home. Mohit, I've gone through your PMP and Udemy. Yet to do. I still need to go through this test. Yeah, go through it. Just know your topics. I'd like to thank you for YouTube lessons. Well, thank you. A lot of people get an A on this question. The answer here is, of course, it's A project with a single product owner. So if you're changing stakeholders, so this is what I was talking about. Like if you do the simulator and you're just memorizing the question, that's not the point of it. The point of it was to understand the mindset. What's the mindset? But if you are changing your stakeholders, then you need to change the plan to meet the needs of the stakeholder, right? That's the concept here. So sticking to the original plan is not an answer. Be sure to communicate all receiver. How do you even know what reports they need? You should modify the plan to meet their requirements. That's the answer. A major project stakeholder expresses that the current schedule will not be met to a team member. The stakeholder feels the team is working too slow on the current work. What should the project manager do first? Create a feasibility study, review the risk management plan, meet with the stakeholder, understand his main issue, implement a change request to fix the deliverable. Jilton said, Miss, can someone fill me in on what new course is coming soon? Yeah, so what I'm going to be making next is a project management course. It's a basic to like intermediate project management course that you can use to get PDUs, but it's not a certification class. It's just to make us better project managers. Okay, how does that sound? And you're going to get it free. When it comes out, it's going to be free to everybody who subscribed to my channel. So make sure you subscribe. Nia says, got kids at home, parents at home. Okay, if you can't get the quiet house, do it at the testing center. I'm with you then. So Jess said I had questions on MBTI. Okay, you got to know your MBTI, guys. Okay, the first thing here, the mindset, very good, is what's the mindset? You don't take action, right? So the first thing, don't take an action. So it's telling you he feels this way, but before you even, some people would have said it's, forget conductive fees. That should have been done earlier in the project. You don't implement the change. That's taking an action. Now you got to review a plan, or before you determine, is this even a valid thing to fix or address, you should talk to him to see why. He can have a complete misunderstanding. That's why that's the best answer over this. Now, if you determine it is a risk, then you should do B. So it'd be C, then B. This question says what to do first. A team member in an agile project is worried about a new software that can potentially impact the schedule. Of the other team members is not concerned. How should the project manage the situation? Request additional funding. Plan a meeting with a sponsor. Identify the risks. Continue the project plan and add extra funds as needed. Give me your best answer. Okay, give me your best answer. All right, it's hard to see the answers. Let me use my phone here to open up the chat box. Easier to see the chat box. I'm gonna get to my own channel. I'll be a viewer on my own channel. Okay. Somebody said I heard they got rid of EVM garbage. That's not true. A lot of people get EVM questions. I don't know where you got that from. Maddie says, hey Andrew, I passed on 519. Congratulations, Maddie. It was difficult, took both breaks, needed all the time. Okay, congratulations, Maddie. Did you celebrate well? Did you get a piece of cake? That's how we like to hear it. Very good. Renee says, I passed my PMP last Saturday. Huge thanks. Simulator Minds was a game changer. You see, guys, use Simulator, use the mindset. You'll be just fine. Congratulations on that. Welcome to the world of PMP. Both of you, did you guys celebrate well? All right, a lot of C's here. Let's see what we got. So, how should I handle the situation? So, is worried about a new software that can potentially. So, the moment it says potentially, you know it's some kind of risk. So, request, that's an action. Plan them. Never go to the sponsors. Never a choice. Continue not a choice, never an option. Continue the project as planned. Never do nothing is the mindset. If one of the choices says do nothing, like you're reading it, okay, that does nothing, then don't select it. Identify, the best thing is to assess risks. While working on a large national project, a few team members are worried about a sign-off. How should the project manager obtain appropriate sign-off on the acceptance of a project deliverable? Put the answer in the box. Okay, guys, put the answers in the box. Okay, so, what else more we got here? Carrot cake and ice cream. Maddie, get some Diet Coke. That's really good. That's a regular Coke. That's good too. Ice cream is good too. Carrot cake and ice cream. Now that sounds nice and sugary. It's like diabetes in a plate there, Maddie. That's good stuff. I'm with you, man. I could use some of that. I wish I had like a big piece of cake and a bunch of ice cream. I can't eat ice cream, but I used to many years ago. Mess up my stomach. I'm lactose intolerant here. All right, what do you guys got? So you guys got this one. Yes. When it comes to sign-offs, the project sponsor is the best to sign off. Not the team lead, never senior management. And you always need some kind of sign-off. A project has the following features. The scope has been decomposed, activity is decomposed, schedule has been completed. What should they do next? Charter, feasibility, budget, or acquire a team. This one you just got to know your process. It's a really easy one. You should all get this one. Put the answers in the box. You should all get this one pretty easily. Okay, guys, what you guys got? Got some C's. Okay, the answer is we got a lot of C's here. The answer is correct. So if you have done the schedule, you've done the scope, then the next thing to do is the budget. Come on, pretty easy one. Not the charter, guys. All right? The scope has been, you only decompose the scope in planning, not in initiating. Pretty easy one. You guys should have gotten that one. Acquiring the team, come and execute, and after the plan is approved, feasibility study is in all initiating. Practice question number 6. An organization is hoping that a new office move will lead to a more productive workforce. Unfortunately, after project start, you realize this may not happen. What should the project manager do first? Add this to the risk register. Be sure the issue log is updated. Utilize a contingency reserve. Send a change request. Put the answer in the box. I'm with you there, Super Arc, but it was easy. Come on now. If you studied, it was easy. It was easy. It wasn't so bad. Okay, we got a lot of what? A lot of A's. A lot of A's. Okay. Then the answer is A. That is correct. Now, why? Because it says you realize this may not. Now, if the choice was this will happen, if the choice was it did happen, okay, if it's something that did happen, it will become an issue. So that would have been B. So very good on this one. It's a worse added to the. Don't take an action against it. These are action terms. What should you do first? Is not take action. An organization recently moved to an agile management team is not following the meetings. They claim the scrum is not worth it. What should the project manager do? Conduct the meeting yourself. Train the team. Ask sponsor to conduct the team. Hire a new team that knows it. All right. If you know the mindset, this is easy. Shane Log says, next time when I passed, try saying my name. Sean Muga Nathan. Sean Muga Nathan? Is that how you say it? I tried. I didn't want to butcher it, but you said to try it. By the way, guys, don't forget to follow me on Instagram, as I will put a post every now and then of whatever is it I find useful in terms of picture. I don't really know what to do with the Instagram. I don't know what to do with it. Because I don't know, my life's pretty boring. I go to work, I come home, I go to work, come home. Deal with people all day, deal with students all day. I don't know. There's nothing very exciting happening. What would you guys like to see pictures of? Put some ideas in the box. If you do Instagram, what should I put pictures of? What would you guys like to see? I don't know. I don't really follow Instagram. That's the thing, you know. Okay, guys, the answer here is, of course, if somebody does not know how to do something, Conduct the training yourself is never the option. Don't fire people and don't ask the sponsor. Easy question, right? If someone doesn't know how to do something, the best thing is find them adequate trainer. You get it done. All right, here is a critical path question. I don't know why. It's a good question. Why don't people make courses on Safe Agile? I don't know. The Safe Agile framework. I'm not sure. So maybe a lot of people in your industry is following it, but not a lot of people is asking for it. Put more cake and beer photos on Instagram. I only eat one type of cake. That's the problem. I could put a lot of beer pictures. Put Instagram reels on PMP. I don't know how to do that. I generally somebody passed PMP, pass your PMP, and you're on what's that? LinkedIn. Send me a picture of how you celebrated. I'll put it on the YouTube channel. Maybe I'll put that on link. Yeah, you guys should do that. If you pass, send me a LinkedIn thing with how you celebrated. That way I know whether you're lying to me or not. And then I can put that all on YouTube and Instagram. Should do that. Show people how to celebrate. How do we celebrate? Send me a picture of how to celebrate, and we'll show the world how you celebrate. Okay, guys, the answer here is, of course, D. So the critical path here is this thing right here. So it's A, B, C, and E. So we got 5, 11, and there's a 5, 11, 14, and this one here is smaller. This is the only one not on the critical path. This is what, 10? Yeah, 8. No, it's not 10. 5 and 8, 13. What am I counting? I don't know what I'm counting anymore. 14 and 13. Yeah, 14 and 13. I can't even count anymore. Okay. Told you guys I was sick. All right, answer this last question. This is my common questions on EVM. Answer this question, guys. You have a blueberry flavored cheesecake. Now that sounds good, but I'm not a fan of cheesecake. That cheesecake is called spoiled milk. But if you like it, knock yourself out. I would suggest the carrot cake. And the craft beer sounds good. All right, guys, put what you need to put in the box. All right, let me see what you guys got. We got a lot of B's and C's. Joanna, I just finished Udemy. Will book for an exam date and get simulated to got pushed. I'm more motivated when I know my exam date. I agree with that, Joanna. That's what I do. I always schedule my exams way ahead so I can, because when you schedule it, you got no choice but to study. Okay, everybody here has got this answer. So it's under budget. Yes, it is, because it is 1.2. So remember, if CPI or SPI is 1 and over, that's good. Under budget, ahead of schedule. If the SV or the CV is negative, it's either way over budget or over budget and behind schedule. So we can see that right here. All right. So the question, oh darn, I saved that one. Okay, we are finished here. But I have one MBTI match. So I told you guys, you better know MBTI for your current exam. So if you know your MBTI, put the answer in the box. We're just going to drag this over. That's what we're doing. Drag one over. Okay, go ahead and drag it over. Now, I don't know the answer to this one, so I'm going to cheat a little bit myself. I'm going to use Wikipedia to answer it because I always forget how to answer these things. All right, so put these in order. Okay. Put them in order how you see them. You drag them to where they belong. So I'm clear. There you go. What's the best way to memorize MBTI? You know, it's just about reviewing it. And if you review it well, you can probably figure out most of it most of the time. Six, drag and drop, political awareness, political and cultural awareness, team efforts. All right. All right, so let us see the answer. Now, I am going to cheat by looking at this Wikipedia. Check in the video I just shared from you. So this is the Wikipedia article on the Myers-Briggs type indicator. So we got E, extraversion. Likes to be the center of attention. Okay, pay attention to the facts. So is that pay attention to concrete facts and detail. And that's, of course, is the last one. Likes to improvise and make things up as you go. No, I think I messed that up. Pay attention. Maybe this is S. Did I mess that up? Pay attention to concrete facts. S. Yes. And the P is, of course, likes to improvise and make things up. So, P. All right, very good. What did you guys get? ESP. Yep. Okay, very good, guys. That is the answer to it. And that brings this session to an end. All right, guys, congratulations to everybody that has aced their exam. I wish you guys the absolute best in your future career. Subscribe to the channel. Do a lot more videos on how to help you keep your PMP and how to improve your project management and job perspectives. For those of you guys studying for your exam, keep on studying. Don't stop. All right, don't get demotivated. You'll be just fine. You'll pass. And for those of you guys taking your exam in the next 7 days, good luck. I wish you the best of luck on your exam. And hopefully I can see all of you guys back again next week, May 31st. I would see you guys next week, Tuesday. You guys have a great night, day, morning, weekend, evening, whatever it is, wherever is it by you. And I will see you guys in a week. Thank you guys for attending, all of you.